No, portala qua, tiralo qui.
Vai piano, sempre basso. Non l'ho ripresa!
Non l'hai ripreso?
Me ne sono accorta tu.
Grazie!
Hello and welcome boys and girls, this is Etheric777, today back with another little video, and you saw already what we are going to talk about. We are talking about RC machines, and today I'm not alone, I have a co-host with me, that is Wayne from Game Endings. Hello.
Hello, good to see you.
Yeah, very nice to have you here today with me for this little video. Before we start, ladies and gentlemen, Wayne and me met a while ago here on YouTube, and it started all with one email because last year I was trying to start to fly with some airplanes, even if I wanted to do a tricopter, but it didn't work out. I was too late, I didn't get the parts and all that. And so I got this email from Wayne, and he actually asked me if I'm still into the project because he started to work on it and offered his help. And yeah, that is how it actually all starts.
Yes, it's all my fault. Essentially, I started seeing interesting videos on YouTube, started building my own stuff, and I remember you seeing it. I was like, hey, you should build one of these. And then I can basically say, hey, look, here's someone else doing it, and I can run my problems past you, and you can run your problems past me, and we can sort this out, beginners together.
Yeah, that was very nice, also because in this way you sent me all the links of the stuff that you got, and so I could get the same remote control and the same motors and some of that. The difference is that I went into the direction of a quadcopter, you went into the direction of a tricopter, but yeah, all in all it was the same thing. I have to say I had a lot of difficulties. People that follow me know that already from my last two videos. I was crashing so much of material. I just couldn't get into it. That was the time when we first met on Skype in a video call, when you helped me to, after the copter tried to kill me, when you helped me to get that connections done. Took about 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? Because basically the instructions we had about which motors would connect to where didn't tie up with what was happening with the motors, so everything looked wrong, like it was trying to fly backwards when it should be going forwards and everything else.
Yeah, true, now I remember that. The problem was that I used a different firmware, but I didn't know that when you switch the firmware on the main board, you have even to turn around the motors and all that can change. I expected something like a standard, so the first time when I turned it on, it was just shooting my direction, and yeah, it looked like it was very angry with me. But after 2 hours we sorted it out, and just 10 minutes later, after you know, it was so strange that it was also different from the actual material that I found on the internet. 10 minutes after we were trying and trying and trying, I found one picture where it was exactly as we did it at the end.
Yes, it only took us 2 hours to work that out, and then you found the picture afterwards. If we'd have just done that the other way around, we could have saved some time.
True. Well, but that doesn't change that I killed really a lot of material. I think during the last weeks, since I started, I killed about 30 propellers. I don't know how much you killed already, but you have on your channel a lot of videos where your poor copter was crashing a lot of times too.
Yeah, my propellers survive, but my legs don't, and that takes hours to put back together. A small crash is 1 hour repair, a big crash is 2-3 hours repair. Landing it upside down in a puddle is like a day's repair. Don't land upside down in puddles. That's my advice to you.
Yeah, try it if you can, because yeah, when you have the remote control configured in a different way, in a wrong way, then this can happen. That was actually what happened to me during the last weeks, or at the beginning I had a configuration and I just couldn't get into it. And so some very nice people gave me the advice to try some different modes, and at the end I configured it like I have it for the most of video games, and I just could fly from one day to another. It was just going like this, and I would like to show that to you. So what you see here right now is the actual version of my copter. I actually was doing 3 versions during the times when I broke it. So what I did is I added some weight and I changed the configuration as I told, as I have it in the most of video games, and it just, ta-da, was flying. That is a video from yesterday, by the way. Perfectly, you know.
It looks really good now, doesn't it? It's very, very stable. This is a measured difference from the very first video, where it was just out of control, flying and flipping and doing lots of bad things.
Yeah, it was a wonderful feeling, you know. I mean, I was always breaking so much, and then from one second to another it flies like this. Totally stable. And of course there are way more things that we actually planned. I mean, you are a gamer actually, and I'm a gamer, and somehow all this RC stuff is very near to gaming. I mean, you control something, you play around with it. It's very nice to do it in your free time. Just that you can do this at the outside. And so the plans are actually FPV. So I think you can tell us something about it, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think this is where people that look at our channels and they're gamers kind of wonder what are they going off and doing? Why are they not doing game stuff? And this is kind of combining the two. FPV is putting the camera on your model and flying, looking through that camera, and that's pretty much kind of like playing a video game. You've got your controller in your hand, and it's set up very much like you would an Xbox controller, but you're flying around the real place. Of course, the downside is you face real world consequences. When you land in the ground and it all crashes, you don't just load your last checkpoint, you have to go away and fix it again. But that's the fun of it. Yeah,
you have just one life. It's like being back in the arcades, I guess.
Kind of like playing Steel Battalion.
Just one coin, and that's all that you have. I prepared here something too yesterday, because in the morning I was doing a lot of training, and as you can see here, later on I added a little key cam. It's still far away of being the final project, but having a key cam is already helping to have 2 different angles. So here you see the video. That's my father-in-law who is actually filming me while I fly, and I have this little key cam connected on the copter into his direction. And FPV means first person view for all people that are not into that topic so far. And what is the plan? The plan is to connect some video glasses to a camera, to a transmitter, and then to transmit the signal to your video glasses, and then you can fly around like in a video game. And it's fantastic, you know. that's really totally amazing. And I was already having a lot of fun with the key cam, because right now I need to practice a lot. But when it worked out yesterday that well, you know, from one second to another, that I just could hold it still in the air, I was so happy. And yeah, I hope that during the next few months I will be able then to get this transmission system. You are a little bit on in this case, so how is your system working so far?
Well, it's okay. It's a bit tricky. I haven't got the video goggles, but I have the video transmitter, and I've tried connecting out to basically a DVD player screen, and instantly I found out that the sun's a real problem. Even in England where there's no sun, the reflections are a problem. So if you look at one of my videos, you'll see me sitting inside a cardboard box trying to see the screen, and then my copter coming down and crashing in front of me, where I was thinking, oh look, I can see the ground, and it was coming up very close. But it's a great feeling when it works, and but hopefully this week the video goggles get here, and I can test things out in much more detail and really try to get the hang of that. That's the next big step.
So what is your final mission, let's call it like this? What do you imagine to do then in the future when you know how to fly?
I think go and find some interesting places to fly around. With quads and tries, we don't have the range that you see some people flying planes doing 60 miles. So we find things like interesting trees or structures, and we can fly around them and basically circle around and try and find interesting things to look at. I think that's where we're heading, hopefully.
My actual goal will be to, you know, what I want to do is very soon I want to build some RC cars with some cameras, even to start to get into the first person view. And then I thought to do some races with some friends. Because yesterday I found a very nice place, like in a video game, then doing some records or something like that. And there is so much that you can do, you know, it's really fantastic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching this video. You see what will be here on my channel coming up in the future, because over here where I live it's summer, it's very hot, so I will be during the next months a lot at the outside trying to do that RC stuff. I will come back with some gaming stuff, of course, too, especially during the bad days or when the weather will be bad again. I thank you, Wayne, that you had the time to do this video with me.
No problem.
So for everybody who was watching this video, check out Wayne's channel. You can see here the address. And thank you very much. Come back soon and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.